Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 3 Focused PvP. Today I am using the Old Wolf, Curved Sword, Great Sword, Thingamajig, and the Drang Hammers. Oh, you're cute. Only downside is you're using a longbow. And that takes plenty of time to draw. Oh, you have a weapon out. If you're gonna try a bow build or using a bow as your main source of damage, don't use a longbow. Use a composite or short bow. Bow rolling attacks all day long. Bow running attacks all day long. That's all you need. It works. It's just the way to do it. So I decided I'd try out the fashion with the fuzzy boots, see if I liked it. It's okay. I might just fashion Souls something new sometime. Honestly, if I had the ability to have my fashion that's on my other build on this one, if I had the build mask, I'd switch over to that right away. It looks so much better than the fashion I have on this build. The fashion that my muscle mage has is just so much better. On that note, if anyone wants to give me a build mask, I'll take it. Gladly. Ah, Darkmoon Blade. Hello, scare damage. Oops. Horribly mistimed parry. So long, friend. Yeah, not a fan of that. Builds up damage very, very quickly. One of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous, thing in the game at the moment. Goddard's twin swords, whatever, those can be dealt with. But an unparryable attack, capable of dealing that much damage that quickly, that's scary. That is truly scary. One of the top 5 most dangerous things in the game, to say the very least. Honestly, I really don't like the way this one looks. The fact that it looks like it's got fur sticking off the side is kind of ugly. Hello. Oh. It's you. I remember you. Really? Even though I was rolling? That's cool. That's actually very surprising, especially considering I was rolling. So that pulls you out of rolls. That's good to know. That's extremely good to know. I didn't know it could do that prior. Otherwise I would have just dodged backwards. Well, note to self, never roll sideways around someone doing that attack again. And that attack usually doesn't do much damage either, unless they're doing the glitch too, which apparently he was. So, about that. I hate fighting that guy, it's always the same. Running away with an S-Stock, Fire Surge, poking, and apparently he threw that attack into his arsenal too. Either way. Horribly annoying playstyle. Not saying it's not viable, not saying it's not a decent one. I'm just saying it's one that I personally find extremely irritable, not fun to fight against, and really, really stupidly easy to do. Doesn't take much skill. But it works. So it gets results, he'll keep doing it. Hello, friend. Washing pole, I see. Expecting some running attacks from you. Oh, firebomb. $202 damage. Close. Hooray for wide swings. He really wanted that parry. Like, he really, really wanted that. One Outrider Knight coming on in. Hopefully he's doing a cosplay. That would be kind of nice and refreshing. You really never see those weapons in use, actually. Like, that just kind of occurred to me. You don't see those. You don't see that rapier. You don't see that straight sword. They're just not a thing. Like, the last time I saw one of those in use was never. Its damage isn't subpar. It's right in the middle. It's not a bad weapon. Close, I suppose. Wow. That reach. Really? How did that not hit you? That's gonna get me. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that my attack missed him. Must have a very specific hitbox. Huh. Cool. I wonder if it can be free-aimed. That was a good fight. I like that. It's not every day you see that scimitar. It's actually a rare moment when you do. Shouldn't have gone for the double KO on that, though. This curved sword doesn't deal enough damage to come close for it. If I was using another one, maybe. The damage on this one is incredibly low. I can see why it's a bit uncommon. It is showing up more often, though, so you got that, but cool moveset is all well and good. It just doesn't make up for the fact that its damage is so much lower than the others. I mean, even the Murakumo is 505. 562. Sure, it's, you know, decent. It's not the lightest, even. If it were the lightest, then I'd be a little bit more satisfied with the damage it does. Like, 570 is the most I've done with it. And that's not bad, but meh. It's got good hyper armor, though. I'll give it that. The hyper armor on this weapon is kind of fantastic. That said, that's not anything unique to this weapon in particular. It's just the class weapon that it is. So... It's okay. Could be better. Could be the lightest weapon in the class. Stamina usage. How does that compare? Let's compare one-handed. Stamina usage is identical to the heaviest. So if its stamina usage was lower, and it was a lighter weapon, I'd be happier with it dealing as low as it does for its damage. You know? Like, if that were the case, I'd be considering it more in line with where it should be. I mean, It's a very flippy sword. Ah yes, you do this. I fought you before. Restore's greatsword. .470 appears to be extremely common for it, though. Really? Really? That missed and that hit? I'm shocked that that attack missed. The running attack that or the running jump attack that I did, I am just shocked that that missed. That attack had no business missing him. Like, perfectly lined up. Sword through the gut. And no damage. Now, this weapon's hitboxes are, for whatever odd reason, extremely specific. So maybe on that attack, on that jump, its hitbox, its actual damaging frames don't activate until it's, you know, right in line with you, instead of off on the side. Because, I mean, that's a possibility. Still, you would think it would swing 180 degrees in front, and maybe a little over 180, going off on the side a tad. Still, jeez. Oh well, we'll have to test it out a little bit more. A mace. Oh. I'll just walk into that instead of doing a running attack like I tried. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it. I was supposed to switch weapons anyway. Decent use of the mace. Don't know why I didn't end up doing a running attack and just walked forward instead. Could be related to the fact I actually went from two-handed to one-handed. That might have thrown things off. Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. Summoning an ice cube. Let's hope that this guy is using something cool. Ha. Puns. Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, and over the top. Such a cool looking skill. My drumsticks. And these can be buffed as well, if I'm not mistaken, so they can look pretty spiffy. Gundir's halberd. I see. Let's go for a parry. I'm in the mood for that. What? I don't care to explain what just happened to me. I literally ran in, shield up, and I got smushed. I've never seen that happen before. That's a new one for me. Still, I got him with a decent little roll catch on the wake up. That's good to know. And if I hadn't actually killed him with it, it would have been a nice little combo too. That's the fun part about that. So yeah, I need to build a mask, guys. I think that's what I want to do. I want to switch my fashion up, get a build mask, wear this armor set, some other gloves and whatever pants go well with it, and look spiffy. I want to look spiffy. Is that too much to ask? This summon is gonna fail. I can tell already. It's taking way too long. Might as well just stand up here and wait. I do like these things though. They are pretty cool. I messed around with them a while back, never really did anything overly intensive with them in PvP, but they're fun. Hello, friend. Okay, seriously? Seriously, every single attack, my hyper armor wasn't active when I was almost finished with it. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I understand it's a one-handed mace, technically, but still, nothing? Nothing at all? Like, the attack was almost finished, and there was nothing. So many times, that should have at least been trades. Like, you know? He was always just slightly faster. Should be expected because it's a straight sword, but man, it should have at least been a trade. It should have at least had some hyper armor that far into the attack. That's one thing I'm not a fan of. A lot of weapons are suffering from that. You can be almost done with the attack. You could be just an inch away from their face with your swing, but your hyper armor still isn't active until you're actually hitting them. Like, hyper armor should activate before the actual attacking frames do. You should be able to actually, you know, hit people because you are able to, you know, follow through with your swing. You're not going to be mid-swing, an inch away from their face, get hit, and then suddenly your weapon doesn't continue through with the motion. Momentum and all that, you know, it kind of should apply. And that's why hyper armor should activate a little sooner on a lot of weapons. Just for the sake of continuing the momentum. It looks awkward, doesn't function well, and it's, you know, not realistic. I mean, it's not the most realistic game in the world, I get that, but you really like those attacks. Go for another. I want a parry. Or not. He went slightly around my side. If he didn't go around my side, I might have had the parry. Maybe. I felt like I had the timing on it. It didn't connect. An attempt was made. I don't think he did a single thing but go for those attacks the entire fight. They're a very spammy attack. Very wide hitbox. Comes out very quickly. Hard to parry. Very, very hard to parry. Bit of a shame that it's so easy to just spam attacks like that. Alright, so now it's time to use some weapons in tandem with each other. and figure out what we're going to do next time. Not in the mood for another dual wielding session just yet. I used a katana recently. I'm using maces now. I used a great hammer last time as well. Could be time for Arsenal's spear. Could very well be time for that. Alternatively, the Winged Knight Halberd is a strong contender. I'm thinking Winged Knight Halberd. And then something else. Not sure what, but something. Yay, 360-degree parries. Thank you for saving my ass. Roll catches on that for days. So good. That felt good. That felt really good. Oh, that was a fantastic moment on my part. The roll catch, though, that's so good. It's so easy to do. It's got the right timing, right distancing. That's amazing at finishing people off. I've got to say I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with it. So, yes, weapons. Leaning towards this. We'll most likely be using it. Backup weapon. Possibly the hand axe. Maybe the Aerithil rapier. Although it's been a while since we've used an ultra greatsword. So we might actually use this. Just because I actually really want to use it with a great shield. Like, that's what I want. I want to use it with a great shield and be sneaky. Instead of using it the typical way, like most people so often do, if you actually put this with a weapon, or a shield rather, that has the weapon skill ability, something like this, you can parry with it. So it's an incredibly sneaky way of doing things. Saw someone doing it, not claiming any originality with that idea, but I think it's cool, and it requires no stamina. Probably not worth the trade because, ow. That's that hyper armor though. No. That's got me. I ran into it. That mirror greatsword though. Hollow Slayer too good. Does a lot of damage on those counter hits. It does a lot of damage on them. That was a good 800 damage hit he had on me too. Shame. Fully charged up R2, most likely a Leo ring. But English. My own fault for getting hit by it. True. I had hoped that me hitting him would have canceled out his attack, but he had the hyper armor. Made sense. Made sense. Bad idea to trade on my part. These things happen. And then I couldn't really catch him. He played more defensively towards the end than he did at the beginning, and I just ran into attacks over and over. My own fault for being impatient. I just don't like dealing with the more defensive playstyles. I tend to just keep charging them over and over, and it gets me in trouble. I know that it does. It's just what I do. Get myself in trouble, get myself dead. These things happen. So what do you have? Halberd of some kind, Black Knight it appears, possibly standard glaive? No, Gunders. rude, sir. What? Would you stop that? I really don't care at this point. What a rude dude. Just comes in charging right away. No waving, no bowing, no nothing. What a rude dude. And yet people complain when I do stuff like that. And I'm probably going to get shit on for saying, oh, you just weren't ready. But I don't really do stuff like that. I always wave. I don't always wait for them to buff. Especially if they take a lot of time or get too close to me prior to them buffing. Like, a few videos back, there was a guy who had on the Karthus, not Karthus, but Grave Warden twin sword things. He already had them buffed up. He waved. Maybe he waved, maybe he didn't. Either way, he already had them buffed up. He got really close to me, and I attacked him. Understandably, because I was standing about here. He was in range to hit, and he was buffed up with those things. Those are terrifying. So I attacked him. He didn't like that I attacked him. He black crystalled out over that way. And yet people were saying, oh, he black crystalled because you attacked him before he was ready. He was buffed up. He was in attacking range. What are you people talking about? Like, I gave him plenty of time. I don't know. But with that guy, you know, that last guy, I didn't handle it well with him just coming at me. I expected, you know, something. Shouldn't have. Good fight. It's always fun going dual weapon against dual weapon. Alright, let's get one more in. And we will call it there. It's been a while since I've actually used a halberd. Should be interesting. Trying out this one with its chain spin, the spinny spin. Spin to win, thingamajig. It's very similar to the chain spin. The chain spin on the what's-a-madoos, it's their twin axes. Because it's the exact same concept. You just keep spinning and spinning and spinning. It's like Beyblade. Just get a Beyblade. No big deal. That's gonna be a failed summon. So, once that fails, we can actually get on with our lives. Okay. Starting to lose my voice. Talking too much. Allergies getting to me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's involuntary, I swear. It's not an intentional thing. I don't enjoy losing my voice. I do enjoy fighting people, but apparently the game doesn't want to give me that. Okay, there we go. See, I just had to complain a little bit. The game gave in. We're gonna get one final fight. It's gonna be a good one, hopefully. And then we'll end things. And then I can actually run and get some water because my throat is killing me. So he's got on the buff. Tears of Denial. A Greatsword Twin Princes. That's the Shield of Want, so he's got this fucking art skill. Really? Aw, you're out of focus points. That's sad. You what? You what game? What? He was still on the ground when the 1 health ticked, but... What? I mean, okay, but what? I had no business getting that parry. None whatsoever. I mean, I suppose I'll take it, but... What? That one is beyond me, guys. That one's just definitely beyond me. Either way, though, I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all next time.